Did you know that only 39% of people in the United States can handle an unexpected expense of approximately £800? This statistic comes from one of the wealthiest nations in the world. What about you? If something unforeseen happened today, would you be ready? Watch this video until the end to uncover the 5 things that wealthy individuals never purchase, and more importantly, how this knowledge could revolutionize your financial life. The final tip might be the most surprising and transformative of all. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is the belief that the wealthy splurge on extravagant mansions and luxury cars. For most self-made millionaires, nothing could be further from the truth. Take me, for instance, Warren Buffett. I live in a modest house that I bought back in 1958. This home is not just my residence but a testament to a fundamental principle: living within your means and prioritizing what truly matters. Cars? A basic, functional, and reliable model suffices perfectly for my daily needs. Let me ask you this: why would you purchase a mansion with 10 bedrooms if you only use 2? Does that make sense? More importantly, does it make sense to take on exorbitant maintenance costs for something you hardly utilize? Think about an expensive sports car. It's flashy, powerful, and grabs attention, but does it improve your financial future? No, it becomes a burden. These types of expenditures often stem from a desire to impress others rather than build stability or achieve financial freedom. I know people who, the moment they receive a salary increase or a bonus, rush to buy something extravagant to celebrate their success. However, real financial success comes from resisting those impulses and investing in the future. When you choose to purchase a simple yet reliable car or a functional, well-located home, you're laying the groundwork for a more secure future. Wealthy individuals who accumulate significant assets understand a straightforward yet profound truth: the simpler you make your life, the less you need to worry about the cost of maintaining it. This mindset not only saves money but also reduces stress and enhances mental clarity. By letting go of the urge to impress others, you discover a kind of freedom that transcends financial concerns. Here's a clear example: actor Keanu Reeves, known for his humility, avoids flaunting extravagant possessions despite being a millionaire. Instead, he invests in experiences and focuses on what truly matters to him. This is a lesson we can all take to heart. On the flip side, there are countless cautionary tales of famous individuals who earned millions but lost everything due to reckless spending. The bankruptcy of Mike Tyson, who squandered fortunes on mansions, luxury cars, and extravagant items, serves as a reminder that even vast amounts of money won't suffice if you fail to manage it wisely. And what about you? Have you considered how your financial choices impact your quality of life in the long run? If you were asked today to choose between impressing others with something extravagant or building a solid foundation for your future, what would your decision be? Take a moment to reflect on this and share your thoughts in the comments. Simplicity is not just a lifestyle choice, it's a powerful tool for creating stability and prosperity. A common misconception about wealthy individuals is the belief that they spend most of their time dining at exclusive restaurants and visiting luxurious places to flaunt their wealth. However, the truth is often quite different. Most financially successful people prioritize something far more valuable than a lavish dinner: their health. This is precisely why many choose to prepare their meals at home using fresh, high-quality ingredients. Think about this: when you frequently eat out, especially at fast food chains or establishments that prioritize profit over quality, what are you really consuming? Studies indicate that many of these places use strategic combinations of salt, sugar, and fat to make their dishes more appealing. Unfortunately, these same ingredients can have serious long-term health consequences. And what is the true cost of neglecting your health? Substantial medical expenses and a diminished quality of life. Wealthy individuals understand that their health is their most valuable asset, which is why they invest both time and money in nourishing their bodies. I recall a close friend who, upon reaching a certain level of financial success, hired a private chef to prepare healthy meals for him and his family. It wasn't about luxury, but about convenience and a commitment to well-being. He knew exactly what he was eating and had full control over the ingredients. But honestly, do you need something that extravagant? Not everyone can afford a private chef, but anyone can prioritize home cooking and opt for quality ingredients. I once met a young entrepreneur who loved dining out but often felt exhausted and struggled with health issues. When we spoke, he realized much of this stemmed from his poor diet. He decided to change his habits, started cooking at home, and chose fresh ingredients from local markets. Within months, not only did his energy levels improve, but he also noticed significant savings in his budget. Now, take a moment to consider your own dietary choices. How often have you opted for something convenient but detrimental simply because it was easier? Is it worth compromising your health and spending more in the long term on medical treatments or medications? Perhaps it's time to reassess where you're directing your money and energy. After all, what you eat today directly impacts who you will become in the future. This shift in mindset is within everyone's reach. No matter your financial situation, you can start today by choosing fresh ingredients and cooking at home more often. One of the most common pitfalls when it comes to finances is the obsession with luxury brands. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Rolex, these names instantly conjure images of wealth and success, don't they? However, what many fail to realize is that these brands are meticulously designed to appeal to a specific audience, impulsive buyers who often aim to project an image they cannot sustain. True wealth, as understood by the genuinely affluent, is not defined by a logo but by the practicality and durability of a product. Allow me to elaborate. Picture a handbag from a renowned brand costing several £1,000s. At the end of the day, its purpose is identical to any other bag, to carry your belongings. The distinction? A masterful marketing strategy that ties the product to status and prestige. This principle becomes even more apparent with luxury watches. A Rolex, no matter how sophisticated, serves the same fundamental purpose as your mobile phone, to tell the time. Those who have genuinely earned their wealth understand that money should be spent wisely, not squandered on impressing others. They favor timeless, high-quality clothing and accessories that prioritize function over flash. Take Mark Zuckerberg, for example. He is often seen wearing the same simple yet well-made t-shirts every day. This choice isn't due to a lack of resources but a preference to focus his energy on meaningful decisions rather than fashion concerns. I recall meeting someone who spent nearly half their monthly income on branded items. When I asked why, they explained it was to appear successful. What they didn't realize was that this habit was trapping them in debt and a relentless cycle of financial stress. Conversely, a friend of mine, after beginning to earn more, chose to invest in a wardrobe that was simple yet of excellent quality. Not only did he save money over time, but he also felt more confident, no longer relying on brands to affirm his identity. Now, reflect on your own choices. How often have you bought something not out of necessity but to impress others? Did it truly bring you the happiness or security you hoped for? Here lies the key. Genuine value isn't found in how others perceive you but in how you feel when making choices that align with your priorities and safeguard your financial future. So, before investing in something purely for its brand name, ask yourself, does this genuinely add value to my life, or is it merely an attempt to impress? One of the most prevalent habits among those struggling financially is the tendency to accumulate unnecessary possessions. Have you ever visited someone's home that felt more like a storage unit than a living space? Shelves crammed with unused objects, kitchen gadgets still in their boxes, and wardrobes brimming with clothes that rarely see daylight. This impulsive buying behavior and hoarding often stem from an attempt to fill an emotional void or satisfy a fleeting need for gratification. However, in the end, it takes a toll not just on one's finances but also on their mental well-being. Wealthy individuals understand that simplifying life is crucial for both emotional and financial health. They avoid impulsive purchases and resist the lure of tempting discounts on unnecessary items. Every purchase they make is a deliberate decision based on necessity and utility. In my own life, I've learned that less truly is more. Reducing excess not only saves money but also creates a lighter, more organized living space, which directly influences how you feel and behave daily. I recall a friend who, every time he received his paycheck, would rush to the shops. He claimed shopping made him feel in control, but the reality was that it trapped him in an endless cycle of debt. His home was cluttered with gadgets he seldom used, and his bank account was perpetually in overdraft. On the other hand, I met a woman who decided to change her habits. She sold everything she didn't use, stopped shopping aimlessly, and began investing in a few high-quality items. The result? Her life became more organized, and she managed to save enough money for a bigger goal, starting her own business. Take a moment to think about your surroundings. How many items are occupying space without serving any real purpose? How many purchases have you made in recent months that, in hindsight, seem unnecessary? This is the key: every item you buy carries not just a financial cost but also an emotional one. A cluttered home often leads to a cluttered mind. Simplifying doesn't mean deprivation, it means prioritizing. It means choosing quality over quantity and utility over excess. The next time you're about to make a purchase, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Will it improve my life, or will it simply take up more space? One of the most damaging financial pitfalls, which many people unfortunately fall into, is the unchecked use of credit and high-interest debt. It's easy to be drawn to the idea that credit exists to help you acquire things you want immediately, even if you lack the resources to afford them. But let me be clear, debt can act like an anchor that drags your financial life down. Sooner or later, you realize you're trapped in a cycle that drains your energy, your money, and your peace of mind. The truth is that many people fail to grasp the impact of accumulated interest on their debts. For example, having a high credit card limit might seem like extra financial freedom, but in reality, it's a trap. Annual interest rates of 20, 30, or even more can turn something seemingly affordable into an overwhelming burden. Imagine a debt of £1,000 with an annual interest rate of 20%. Over time, that seemingly small debt can grow into an unmanageable financial strain. If left unpaid swiftly, this debt can expand significantly, with the money that could have been used for growth instead being drained away by interest that offers no real benefit. I've heard stories of people who found themselves trapped in this cycle. I recall a young man who frequently used his credit card to fund trips, purchase electronics, and enjoy luxurious meals. He justified it as an investment in his quality of life, but what he failed to realize was that the mounting interest was slowly eroding his finances. Each month, he paid only the minimum, while the balance continued to climb. In just a few years, his debt became unmanageable, and it took him many more to recover financially. In contrast, I once met a woman who took a radically different approach. She chose to cut up her credit cards and adopt a more mindful strategy. She began saving before making any purchases, cleared her debts, and eventually was able to invest in her own business. Today, she enjoys a debt-free life and a level of financial peace that few achieve. The lesson here is evident: credit should be handled with extreme caution and only utilized when absolutely necessary. Ask yourself, is it truly worth taking on debt for short-lived pleasures that provide no lasting benefit? Financial freedom comes from living within your means and avoiding the unnecessary burden of debt. A powerful strategy is to reverse the usual narrative. Rather than paying interest to banks, why not invest and let time and compound interest work in your favor? Did you know that by investing the same amount you'd spend on interest, you could build a substantial financial reserve over time? This is the key difference between growing your wealth and being trapped in debt. So, tell me, how do you manage credit and debt? Do you think there's room for improvement? Share your experiences in the comments and inspire others to make more thoughtful choices. Simplifying your life and making conscious financial decisions are the initial steps toward achieving the freedom you desire. The benefits of starting today are clear. You begin to take control of your future, steering clear of pitfalls that can drain your energy and finances. Every wise choice you make now is an investment in your future self, paving the way to becoming stronger, freer, and more fulfilled. And speaking of growth, don't stop here. The next video appearing on your screen offers a chance to climb another rung on your ladder of knowledge. It's a perfect opportunity to become 1% better than you are today. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll continue to grow together. See you there.